Hey everyone, so today I want to discuss Boards of Canada's The Campfire Headphase, the record that I'm holding here. And the reason that I've been meaning to do this one since I started this channel and started sort of batch filming videos for this channel back in February, and I just haven't gotten around to it because, like so many other things in life, everything gets in the way, you know? I've done, up until this point, I think I've done Geo Gotti and In a Beautiful Place out in the country. I will inevitably, I will get to everything Boards of Canada have done because I've loved them for like 23, 24 years now. And I feel that with the Campfire Headphase, despite the fact that I know this is one of their least well received releases, it's pretty much the least well received um, record in their discography, as according to their fan base. At the same time, I don't understand what everybody's problem is. This record it's the brightest. It's it's the most colorful. I like how there's a lot of guitar loops. I like how this record, it was like Boards of Canada choosing to go in a brave new direction and still all the while holding on to, the sound that gave them their platform and their fan base. Of course, they didn't completely abandon who they were for the sake of this record, but I felt like this was their cleanest sounding and most uplifting record. I found this record to have some of the most positive vibes that they have ever laid down. Most of their records, I will say, everything from, I don't know, from Scam through, Tourism through Geo Gotti, of course, and even Music Has the Right to Children and right up through Tomorrow's Harvest. There's a darkness that sort of finds its way to the surface of every track that Boards of Canada have ever released. And I just don't feel that with this record. That haunting sense of melancholy is still there, but it's buried under layers of like 1970s era catchiness. And with songs like Peacock Trail's on here, if memory serves. Yeah, Peacock Trail. Yeah, Peacock Trail's here. Dave Van Cowboy's on here. 84 Pontiac Dreams on here. Chroma Key Dreamcoat. Fuck, Tears from the Compound Eye. Farewell Fire, which I thought was just about the best track they have ever created as sort of like a song to sort of bookend an album. I've always found that Boards of Canada's records do play out as complete packages. And yet, I will say, with the Farewell Fire, this was the only record that they've ever released where they've actually added what I would identify as being like an appropriate outro song. And with Farewell Fire's slow quieting throughout the course of its 8-minute run, and how it sort of drones just in the right, or it drones to the right degree. It doesn't sort of drone on, and it just gets quieter and quieter as it slowly trails out. I felt that like because of that track, that this record, it feels like the most complete record they've ever released, next to Geo Gotti. Even though I hate that record, Geo Gotti, it almost felt like a concept record. And whereas I would not argue that it was a concept record, I wouldn't argue that this is a concept record either, but it does, with the title of the record being the Campfire Headphase, this music, it feels like it would be appropriate around a campfire in like a 1975 setting. And I don't feel that from the rest of the records. I felt the same sort of all for one for all vibe from Gio Gotti, but with everything else they've released, I felt that they were more just records. And whereas with the Campfire Headphase, it makes me feel like I'm genuinely back in 1974 or 1975, despite the fact that I've never been to 1974 or 1975. And I like that about this record. I find that this is sort of like their warmest album, and it's their most inviting, and it's their most comforting sounding. Not to mention the fact that, as far as I'm concerned, it's their catchiest record too. With Peacock Tail, Dave Van Cowboy, Farewell Fire, Tears from the Compound Eye. Um, there isn't, this record plays out so well. No track sort of comes along and sort of jerks me out of the headspace that I'm in while I'm listening to this. And that's why I think this is definitely my favorite Boards of Canada record. So I think I will leave it there. I could probably talk a lot more about this record, but I'm not going to. So thank you so much for hanging out with me for a little over 5 minutes while I discussed Boards of Canada's The Campfire Headphase. If you liked this review, like always, don't forget to do something nice for somebody. You guys are amazing. Have a good night, or day, or whatever it is. Have a good one. I just wanted to say thank you for making it through the entire video. I really appreciate it. And I'm going to remind everyone one more time, even though I've probably already done this in the video that you just watched, to please click the like button as well as the subscribe button because it helps this channel grow. And thank you for hitting like and subscribe, and we will see you guys really soon.